So this is a little video explaining how I get around Fusion 360's sometimes odd inability to scale spline sketches. So I'll show you the problem I've encountered. Let's say you're trying to do like a cookie cutter for you know, baking, or maybe you're working with some polymer clay, for example, something like that. And so you've got some sketches that you want to turn into cookie cutters with a 3D printer, which is what I'm doing for a client. So she sent me some sketches and she wants them scaled as well, so she can have one that's like 100% size, then 120%, 140%, 80%, 60%, all those sorts of increments. So we're just going to fit this to I'll sketch a bit more. That looks okay. Bring that down about there, and I think we're pretty much ready to go. And I'll show you what the problem is. So, okay, happy with that. So if we come now to scale, and we'll pick a point to scale around. Let's say that one. It then wants to basically sharpen these corners, which is the problem. So you get down, you can see here, this is wanting to bend more and more. This is sharpening, and it's no longer the same aspect. Obviously, if we go to the extreme, we won't make anything this small, but you can see the effect is really exaggerated here. And this point, this line has basically gone straight, and that is pinched here, and so that's basically the issue we're sort of having. And obviously, going the other way, if you're going to make a really big cutter, again it exaggerates it in the opposite direction, and so I needed to find out how to get around this, and the way that I found to get around this is basically extrude it. So we'll do that now. We'll extrude it by hitting E on the keyboard. We'll have it go up 1 mil, and then what we'll do is we'll create another sketch and we will project that line. But before we do that, actually, I'm missing a step. We want to come back in the timeline down here, and what we want to do, because this is how we're going to make copies of different sizes, we want to go in and scale the body itself, and we'll leave it at a scale factor of 1. That's fine, and then we'll come into our sketch and create a sketch and project that edge, and that's how we're going to get our different sizes, as you'll see in a minute. So happy with that. We can now turn off that body. So come in here, turn off that body. We have the sketch that we wanted, and we can then go from there. So if I extrude this, again hitting E on the keyboard, thin extrude, we shall do sides 2, so it's on the outside face. Again, we want this sketch, the sketch line itself, to be the start of our clay or the start of our dough. And then we want to extrude the line, and I've got parameters set up, so everything I do, I don't have to look again at what height they are to keep them similar. I just type in height and it's 20 mil, for example. Wall thickness, I'm 3D printing these with a 0.4 mil nozzle on my 3D printer, so I've set that up as a parameter. And so what I do is I just go 0.01 of a mil over the nozzle size, so that I get one line at the cutting edge, if you like. And then I'm happy with that. We're doing side 2, i.e. the outside rather than the inside. So if I just change that to side 1, you can see the moves inside, so I actually get smaller than I want the final product. So if I do side 2, it's on the outside, and new body. Okay, happy with that. And so if you think this is our cutting edge at the top, We then want to make it a bit stronger because this is just going to be one line thick at the moment, and because we're in plastic, not metal, it's going to be a bit easy to break. So we want to come down to modify, and we want to draft this face with the pull direction here, and again another parameter, draft is 6 degrees. So again, that keeps everything the same every time. It standardizes a lot of the work. And then we need something a bit more comfortable to put our hand on, so we'll come into here, click on this face, create a sketch, we'll offset face by pressing O on the keyboard, I should say, and then again another parameter. I've done 2.5 mil, and we just need to flip it to the outside. Cool. And then we want to extrude by hitting E these two faces, these two profiles I should say. Again, another parameter, extrude. Cool. And so just to neaten everything up, I just want to add a fillet in here, and again, you guessed it, another parameter. Cool. And that's our cutter done. Easy as that. So we can print this on this face, and we'll get that sketch in this case clay, but you could do it with dough or whatever it is that you need a cutter for. So you're thinking, well, that's great, how do I scale it now? Well, save the original, and as you can see in here, we've got some other cutters that I've been doing. So you want to come in, you want to save copy as cutter 2, let's call this one 80%, save, and that'll appear in your tree here if you're using Fusion 360, which is what this video is about, so I assume you do. And then you want to insert this in the current design, making sure that you're in the correct tree level, otherwise it will insert this into the 100% one, which is not what we want. We want to keep cutter 2 80% in the cutter 2 product tree, if you like. I don't actually know what the technical term is called, but anyway. So I'm going to come in, insert into current design. There it is, and it's still currently obviously 100% because that is where our scale that we put in, that I mentioned, comes into play. So now we just put 0.8. Everything else stays the same height, same fillet, same size. We haven't scaled that. That's still 100% scale. It's purely the sketch that's scaled that we couldn't scale before and keep the same proportions, because now we're not scaling a spline, we're scaling a physical object in CAD. So that's done, that's lovely. And then come back in, you want to save copy as, and just keep going and keep doing it until you've got all the scales that you want. So my client wanted 60% as well. There we go. Oop. Changed there. Insert into current design. There it is. Lovely jubbly. Want to edit in place. 0.6. And you get the principle. So you can just go on and on and on and on. And that's what I've done with that one, that one, that one, and that one. The whole set of different sizes of cutter that can then be 3D printed or do whatever you want with these sort of organic spline curves where they don't otherwise want to scale very easily. And it's kind of annoying. Yeah, I hope this video was helpful. I don't know if I'll post anything else, but if you want to subscribe you can. And I'll see you in another video maybe. I have no plans to start a channel, but I thought this might be helpful for somebody. Yeah, thanks for watching.